Hey y'all, hey. It's your girl Mo here at the Brew with Mo, but also plain old Mo. I wanted to pop one because one, I've been trying to make a video all day long. Well, it hasn't been all day. Honestly, it's just for a few hours. But to no avail. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on YouTube. I'm gonna go live. Fine, we'll do that. In any event, I wanted to share a little something because this is my healing. This is how, you know, I find relief. So, just to bring y'all up to speed a little bit, uh, I am currently in a place where I am distancing myself um, from my blood relatives and namely my siblings. It's not that I don't talk to them. Go I can talk to them if I want to. I'm just preferring not to because it brings me a lot of stress and anxiety. And I'm gonna delve into that a little bit more. So yesterday, I went to my mom's church. My mom is a pastor, and like that's just my family's legacy. We are clergy. I'm a minister, um, currently not practicing in a church organization and or religious setting. I am still thoroughly called by the Lord, and He does talk to me, and I do have instructions from Him, and this is actually one of them. So, gonna keep rolling with that. So yesterday, I popped up at the church. I don't frequently go. I don't consider myself a member, any of that. But if my mom needs me for something, and she tells me if I'm available, if it is well with my soul, I will do it, and if not, I will not. So that's kind of where we stand with that. So I popped up yesterday. My daughter wanted to see her cousins. I wanted to see my nieces and nephews because I knew they would be there. And honestly, I wanted to see my mom too. So we stopped by, and the part of the service it was like the preacher was ending, and he was praying for people, and he was done. Uh, and he was getting ready to go back onto the pulpit, and one of the ministers at his church, one of the evangelists, pulled him back, and she tapped on him and she pointed to me. I love this lady. I would never be in a place where I would reject any prayer from her. Like some people, you know what I'm saying? Because my nana taught me, you don't let everybody lay hands on you. You don't let everybody pray for you. Okay. So I live by that, and I know that from a spiritual perspective. Let me stop hopping. I know that. So, but this lady in particular, she could lay hands. She could pray. I trust her relationship with the Lord. I trust her spirit. So she got his attention, and he turned around and he looked when she pointed. And up until this point, he had the mic, and he was praying for people, speaking into people, and he had the mic. He turned around. He seen it was me. He proceeded to walk towards me, paused, turned back around, and gave somebody the mic. I said, "Okay, this is from the Lord," because I know my relationship with the Most High. And one thing you're not about to do, and my Father who art in heaven knows, is speak to me, into me, on a mic. Nay, not me, not me. Especially in the situation and what I'm experiencing right now in life. So there's that. Blah, 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 blah. Fast forward, the prayer is over, and one of my sisters. And I want to be very clear. It does not matter um, how long I don't speak with any of my siblings. It doesn't matter to me what my stance is or how separate I choose to be. It does not uh, um, negate or cancel out the love that I have for them, the respect that I have for them, and or uh, my my duty, because I'm the oldest. I my duty to protect them. That doesn't cancel that out inside of me. Not one bit. That being said, y'all keep y'all insults to yourself. Bring them to Jesus. Don't get underneath my posts, my videos, no, my anything, saying anything disrespectful. I have no problem with people sharing their opinions, point of views, these type of things in a respectful manner because we are a diverse group of people, everyone, humans. Okay. And so I don't expect and everyone to have the same views, values, and morals as me. And this is not my attempt to sway anyone to be on my side or, change their opinions. Nay, this is me sharing in hopes to um, shed light on issues that are like common and maybe people don't have words for it. And so by sharing, first of all, is very therapeutic and very healing for me. And I know for sure that it's going to be healing for someone watching. That being said, you can go underneath the comments making whatever you want to say, whatever post you want to say, meet Jesus there. He's everywhere. I am not. Okay. So I'm gonna just that one to preface with that. So anyhow, she was there and she says, you have to let go of your anger. And I said, I'm not angry. And she's like, you are. You have to let it go. I said, I'm not. I am deeply hurt. My feelings are hurt. She's like, right. Like, that's what I'm talking. You got to let that go. I said, no, I don't. That's not how it works. And she proceeded to continue to talk. And I said, I just stopped talking. I took a deep breath because I felt myself dissociating. Um, I just know that I do that now because I've been in therapy and I'm aware of it now. And so I felt myself, my vision like leaving. And it's almost like I'm looking right at her. And this has happened to me for years, like decades. And I don't see you. It's almost like I'm blind. I don't know where my vision goes. I don't know where my gaze goes. I don't know. I just know now, I'm very aware of it, that I start to drift. And not just my vision, my mind too. It just starts to go. And yesterday, when I felt this happening, I said, no, just listen. And so I forced myself to look at her in her face. And she was like, listen to me. I said, I'm going to listen. I said, but the problem is everyone wants me to listen to them and no one's listening to me. But I'm going to hear what you have to say. And she said, you have to let that go. That's what the problem is. And I don't remember what else she said. But I just simply said, no, because I couldn't force myself to listen to that anymore. And I'm like at a place in my life where I'm not forcing myself to listen to this stuff anymore. Things, and why I say this stuff, it's things that are not true about myself. I've lived that way most of my life. And I didn't have language for it. A lot of it I still don't have language for, but I am not in the same place I was at before, many years ago, or even last year or the year before. So I said no. And I just simply said, the Lord didn't tell me that. God didn't tell me that. And she was like, ugh, and she walked away. Right. One, That's the truth. The Lord did not tell me that. And two, I knew that that was the only thing that was going to make her hush. She's not listening to anything I have to say. I I'm sitting there telling her I'm not angry, you know? And she's like, no. So I knew God didn't tell me that is the only thing that was going to make her drop the subject, I guess. Not even the fact that we were standing in the aisle in the middle of service. So, but it wasn't nothing like, it was nothing chaotic or anything. She was talking just to me. Nobody could hear singing what was going on. So it wasn't anything like drama. So she went on about her business. But that's how with me. Um, and old me, old me, last year me, any other time, it would have brought up a ton of different emotions. I would have been very hurt for a very long time. I would have been very sad for a very long time. It would have tanked me, if you will. Like the depression, like it would have I would have ruminated for a very long time. I would have been stuck in my bed, you know, unable to function for a few days. However, it's a new day, and that's not my uh, it's not my truth anymore. That's not my process. So I realized this is not new. It's not new uh, for me. What is new is being able to speak on it. I have hated since I was a tiny me. I've always despised being assigned a state of being. I've hated it all my life. I remember being 6, 7, 8, and a very quiet child, not a very chatty Cathy like how I am now. Baby, I love yapping my mouth. I love to talk. I love talking. Okay? And I have good things to say. I digress. I remember being at events, places, even just walking down the street with my mom, and people saying, "Oh my God, she's so pretty, she's so quiet, she's like the bookworm, her and her sister, night and day, night and day." And my mom would be like, "Yeah, they are." And people would say, "Oh my gosh, she's so shy," and they'd be like looking right in my face, like, "Hi." You know how people are with children, especially kids who are beautiful and cute and got hair. You know what I'm saying? And the hair is done and they're clean and they look well, they're dressed well. That was us. Okay. So they would always say, "Oh my gosh, she's so shy. She's so shy." And I'm like, and I can vividly remember being like screaming in my head, like, "No, I'm not shy. I don't have anything to say to you. Like, you're an adult." Why? Why? Like, I'm little thinking all these things. Like, you're my mom's friend, or you're not even my mom's friend. Like, we don't see you. Like, why would I be talking to you? These were thoughts that went through my head. In any event, I've always hated that. I have been told I'm mean. I have been told I am angry. All kind of negative shit. And I'm guessing it's because I have RBF. I don't know. Do I have it? I don't know. I have been told by people that I do revere to some extent. Oh girl, when I met you, when I first seen you, like these are like classmates and like co-workers and stuff. When I first seen you, I didn't know what to think. I was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna mess with her. Oh, she looked like she's mean." Only a couple people have said that. Most people be like, "Yeah, she's too serious. Like, I gotta keep an eye on her. Let me see how she is. I don't want to mess with her." And then they're like, "But you are so sweet. You are the nicest person." Yada, 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 yada. I have never in my life, I'm 43, I was not able to accept anything positive about myself. I was unable because I was not used to hearing that from anyone that I cared about or I felt cared about me. I wasn't even sure I was cared about. Hear me, please. Until a couple years ago. And it came about really when I was living in Texas, and my church group that I was a part of down there, my ladies' ministry. Um, I mean, spoke life into me, spoke life into me. I always say I met God in a different way in Texas. I say Texas Jesus is different from Massachusetts Jesus. I'll explain that at another time. But hear me. So letting that simmer, what happened yesterday, um, and thinking of it and processing it from where I am now, in my like healing journey, and or like from a more mature place in my emotions. Um, I I feel like, I don't want to hold it in and just let it simmer. Like, I want to address this. And then I thought about how I wanted to address it. And so here we are. I think it is imperative to point out that anger is a secondary emotion. Very, very, very seldom is it the first feeling, if you will, that pops up. It's not. Usually, it's one of the primary emotions that fuels it. What is a primary emotion? Betrayal, um, rejection. I'm thinking of the negative ones that trigger anger. Uh, Rejection, betrayal. What did I say? Oh, y'all, why am I blanking? Why am I blanking? Hold on, I'm gonna go look at my notes because I did take notes. Okay, so let me see. Okay, primary emotions that trigger anger: Eh, 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 eh. Hurt, grief, betrayal, fear, loneliness, shame, or rejection. Okay, these emotions feel soft and exposed. Okay, and it extremely painful and or uncomfortable to sit with or even admit. You know what I'm saying? If you feel that way, you're not going to automatically feel safe enough to be vulnerable to say, ugh, you just hurt me. That just made me feel rejected. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? No. But people only see the anger, right? But even that is your brain processing that it's not safe. You don't feel safe, right? Anger is like, it's a mask. It's a mask. I don't feel safe. So anger comes up, it act as safety. Okay. I wanted to tell her so bad, but there was no way she could hear me. And I don't even know if she watched this video, if she would hear me. I'm the oldest of 8 children. Okay. Seven from my mom. Okay. There's seven of us with the same mama. My brother, who I always count, I'm always going to include him. He had another mom. Okay. We have the same father. Um, it doesn't matter to me. I'm the oldest of 8 children. And I was heavily involved in taking care of them. Okay. Uh, Most of them say, oh, you're like a second mother. You're like a second mother. I've been excluded from events, not invited. And when I say excluded, I don't mean like I knew, and they're like, but don't come. No, 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 no. I've straight up not been told, uninvited to more events than I have been invited to. Catch that. Okay. No one, not one soul, has ever asked me how that has made me feel. However, when I have brought it up, it has not been well received. I'm crazy. I'm lying. I'm making it up. I learned to stop talking about it. Okay. So naturally, when I'm around, there's a lot of tension and friction. Not for me, because I never bring this shit up. Oop, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I never bring this stuff up. But you can feel it. We all feel it. I have to take the brunt of it though. And then I remove myself. I always do. It sucks. It really does. Um, and it used to hurt me so bad. It doesn't hurt anymore. It still sucks. Okay. But it sucks because it's my reality. It doesn't suck because it's painful or hurtful to me. Because actually, distancing myself and staying to myself and just not even being concerned or looking for anything, anything, in any manner, in any regards, it makes me feel safe. Um, I've lost a ton of weight. I do feel happier. And a part of me, it does feel as if um, I'm still out of duty providing them with safety. Because for me to be around, I'm not the sugar coating, I'm not the sugar coating sibling, aunt, cousin, aunt. No, I'm not, that's not me. I'm not that one. If the children, if anybody asks me anything, I'm gonna give it to them. The thing is, it's never been received. I'm always told, like she told me yesterday, no. Like I'm always hushed. No, that's not what's going on. You're not deeply hurt. You're angry. Let it go. Nay, no, 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 no. There's a bunch of stuff that I've experienced that's only unique to being the eldest child born to a teenage parent. I try to tell them this all the time. The mom that you guys had is completely different from the mother I had. I'm not asking anyone like to change that. I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm just saying you don't have enough information about what you're talking about. And the two youngest female siblings, and it's not the male siblings that have the problem. It's the female siblings. The two youngest ones, whenever they start to yapping, I just feel like you don't know what you're talking about. And recently, and by recently, within the last 6 to 10 months, uh, they've been saying, "Oh, you have a problem with mom. You have a problem with mom," and I'm like, "I don't. You don't know what you're talking about. I know what they're referring to, but they have no clue what they're talking about because what they're referring to, I've only shared with two people. One, my mom when I was 19, and two, a reverend who we highly revere. And I feel like I was almost coerced out of me when I told him. That's a different story for a different day. So, whatever information they have, could have only come from one person. So out of the abundance of love, I tell them, you don't know what you're talking about. And I leave it there. Whenever I ask them very calmly, what did I do? What have I done? What are you talking about? They cannot tell me. They say, I'm a liar. I'm angry. I am not angry. I am deeply hurt. I am extremely deeply hurt. I don't need to walk through why. I don't need to walk through every event that's made me feel this way, although I could. I don't need to say who caused it, although I could. I could. I could. I've never done it. And I just realized because of the event yesterday, I had a revelation. They know too, each one of them. They know that they hush me. They know that they don't want to talk about it. But it's easier for them to put the blame on me and make it my responsibility than it is to say, I know I've done things. I'm not proud of those things, but I know I've done things to hurt you, to intentionally exclude you, um, or whatever it is. I'm sorry, forgive me. Now, to me, that's the easier thing to do because I absolutely, from the very depth of my soul, who I am at my core, I love family, love my family. So, me taking responsibility for any hurt that I've caused, it doesn't matter how big or how great, I would do that because I'd rather take whatever shame, guilt, or embarrassing feeling, I'll take that on me rather than them feel unloved, unwanted, uncared for, anything that would mess with their self worth or self esteem. I will take, I'll take, I'll take anything. But I am coming to a place where I am realizing that that is not true for everyone. It doesn't mean that they don't love me. I know that. It just means that they have fear. And and fear is a different topic that I can cover another time as it pertains to me, but fear is just something that when it comes to my family, I'm talking about my blood relatives, my core family, my children that I have, like it's just something as far back as I can remember, just never rose up in me. I don't have it. I don't have it. So when I feel fear, I know it's not from God. I know it's the devil. It's just hard for me. It's hard for me. I don't believe that it will be like this always. Um, I just don't. I don't believe, I don't believe I could be 110% wrong, but I just don't believe that. I don't believe it will be like this always. And yeah, to anyone else who feels as if like, you're the black sheep of the family or the scapegoat or misunderstood or anything like that, I'm not really sure um, what I can offer as solace or comfort other than you are not alone. You're not alone. And whatever you feel, whatever feeling you feel, like just sit with it. Sit with it. Um, you're not weak uh, for having empathy, for having understanding, but also you do not have to take that shit on your back and and let your cortisol level rise and make you fat because that's what it's gonna do. That's what it does. It makes you fat. I always tell people, I'm a chunky girl. I always have been, but I'm not. I don't have an unhealthy relationship with food. I don't. I do not. That's a different video for a different day. I'm like, this is stress. That's what I always would say is stress. I couldn't prove it. I didn't know. I didn't have the language, but I was absolutely right. I'm finding now it's cortisol, so make you fat. So I hope that someone this like help somebody be seen, help someone be understood. Give somebody some language because I know for me, whenever I come across anything that's like giving me information and gives me language for what I'm feeling, oh, it just like settles something inside of me, right? So hopefully this does the same for someone else. Um, yeah, I think it's also um, important to note that like after service and everything, I told the baby asked me, "Can I go to auntie's house?" I was like, "Go ahead." All the all the other nieces were going over there, so I just thought they were going to chill. But lo and behold, it was cookout like slash get together dinner celebration. Okay, one of my nieces told me, she pulled me to the side. She was like, "Come here." I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, you make me a plate. I don't even want to cook." She made me a plate, and I did go over there and pick it up and picked up my baby. I did walk through my sister's house and got whatever I wanted. And that's the thing. I know that they love me. I know they respect my they respect who I am. You know what I'm saying? As, in terms of like, I'm the oldest. Who are you? Like, back up. If I walk into a place where all my siblings are and there's no seats, they will all get up. Okay. And now the sister I'm talking about and the baby sister, those two, they're gonna be like, she can sit somewhere else. But if I look at them and say, and you can get up, they will get up. So they love me. I know they do. It's just a little rough, some friction. I'm not really sure why. I'm just handling it the way I have to handle it. And I'm going to keep praying and hope that they come around. And if they don't, they don't. Yeah. Anger is a secondary emotion. If someone in your life you feel like is always angry, be curious. Ask. You seem agitated a lot. What's going on? You seem is not the same as you're agitated all the time, which some people, it's okay to say it like that. But remember, how you present something, call something to someone's attention, it all depends on proximity relationally. You know what I'm saying? Who y'all's relationship, the proximity you have to them. Okay? But seems is always going to be better than assigning. I'm telling somebody you are this, you are that, especially if it's not good or something that can be perceived as not good. You know what I'm saying? Or negative. I personally am not off put at all by anyone's anger, not even my own. I used to be put off by mine because that man, the estranged, that's what we're going to call him, but that's a different video for a different day. Okay? The psychological abuse that I went through. Okay? We'll talk about that another time. In any event, remember, just be curious. Lead with curiosity. What's going on? What are you feeling? And don't be nosy just to be nosy. Like I pray that whoever's spirit it is will discern anyways and send you on your way. But lead with curiosity. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's making, what's going on inside of you? How can I help? Okay. What do you need? And please understand, sometimes we don't know. Sometimes it's please just shut up. Leave me alone. Don't leave. Leave me alone. Sit right here and just shut up. That's, whew, baby. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorites. Just sit here with me. Don't say anything. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to rush me through. You leave me alone. I love you guys. And I hope everyone continues to be well and grows and flourishes in the way that you want to. Okay? Bye.